Welcome to another episode of Focus Daily TV. Here on Focus Daily TV, we speak about biblical prophecy with a twist, however. We speak about biblical prophecy as it aligns with the history of America, which is actually the land, the promised land, which the Bible speaks of. So yes, we're representing God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But we're trying to get this truth out here to let people know what actually occurred in America and how the so-called African Americans found themselves in the position we find ourselves in today, whether it be spiritually, economically, financially, or whatever. Today we're going to talk about Congress and the authority, the true authority, which the Constitution actually gives Congress, not the authority that they are perpetrating today all across this land and across the world. The true authority which they were initially given. I guess that's the word. We do this by reacting to videos, YouTube videos about legal situations and whatnot. But once again, today we're going to jump into Congress, their limited authority. All right, let us go. Let us begin. Break up a little bit of that copyright violation. Even though we ain't worried about no copyright.
And we're back, and welcome to the Constitution Line by Line. I'm Paul Fabrizio.
And I'm Don Frazier.
What's up, Paul? What's up, Don?
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're
Yep,
on
we ready.
Article 1,
Woo!
Section
Woo.
8, Clause 17.
Let's go.
It's
Here
a
we
long
go.
one.
It's a long one.
All right.
Congress shall have the power to exercise exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever over such district, not exceeding 10 miles square, as may, by cession of particular states, and the acceptance of Congress, become the seat of the government of the United States, and to exercise like authority over all places purchased by the consent of the legislature of the state in which the same shall be.
Okay, let's stop it back there. The key thing to take note of is it says to exercise exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever over such district not exceeding 10 square miles. So their power is only limited to the city-state of the District of Columbia. So how is it that we find ourselves today under the complete control of Congress? Well, if you've been watching my show, you will recognize these words. It was through reclassification and registration. Once you're born, you are registered with the state, and your mother gives the state the authority over you as a child. You become a bondsman or bondwoman. And with this authority, the state sells you to Congress, sells authority over you to Congress. So initially, Congress didn't have no control over the land as we see it today. But during the early 19 to mid 1900s, registration took place, classification took place, which placed all under the authority of so-called Congress. But let us go on. I'm going to let them tell you about it.
Over such district, not exceeding 10 miles square, as may, by
Not exceeding 10 miles square.
all cases whatsoever, over such district, not exceeding 10 miles square, as may, by cession of particular states, and the acceptance of Congress,
Now, I know haters going to say that's not what that means, but just pay attention.
become the seat of the government of the United States, and to exercise like authority over all places purchased by the consent of the legislature of the state in which the same shall be for the erection of forts, magazines, arsenals, dockyards, and other needful buildings.
All right, so this does two things, actually. This is the District of Columbia, or
Yes.
a federal district,
Right.
and also who has title to the federal building in downtown Abilene.
There you go.
And that's what this boils down to. And the idea of forts and arsenals and other useful structures is important, because a lot of times we forget who holds title, who holds deed to that territory. Texas has a large number.
Pay close attention to the words that he speaks. He's using heavy code, words like deed, title, territory, land.
Of military reserves and forts. And that's property that's owned by the federal government with the consent of the state of Texas. And that's what this is anticipating.
Right.
And that key word was with the consent of the state of Texas. Once again, when you were born, your mother signed consent and authority over your soul, which sounds scary to say, to the state which you reside. Me personally, I live in the state of Texas, but it ain't about me. Let's move on. And through the birth certificates and the social security numbers, you became a bondman and bondwoman. And your soul was able to be traded. And the state which you reside in gave your soul over to this federal military construct or Congress or corporate government, whichever semantics you want to use. Let's move on.
And the other part is the first part of this, which is the creation of the District of Columbia.
Yeah.
And the idea that's been since codified into law that the district citizens are citizens not of any state, but this specific district, and they're governed.
That's important too. Initially, the District of Columbia was only a specific area of land, 10 square miles, that was designated to the foreigners for their well-being, in order that it may be peace throughout the land once these foreigners arrive. God already knew it was going to lead to destruction and war, but being God, the good God, the great God that he is, he gave peace and opportunity.
Really by Congress.
Correct.
And I hate to say it, but if you're in Congress and you're on the committee for the District of Columbia, that's not considered to be a plum assignment.
No, because you're the city council of Washington, in
Exactly.
essence.
And Washington has home rule. It
Yes.
was established, I think, in the 1993, I think, where they have their own city council, they have their own mayor.
A lot of things that I speak about occurred in the 1900s, people. Pay attention.
Yeah, sometimes
And-
better than others.
And they are allowed to do certain things. But in the end, ultimate control rests with the federal government, rests with the Congress of the United States.
By constitutional,
By the Constitution.
yeah, authority.
And it makes for...
That's really it. We're going to keep it short and sweet and to the point. Congress doesn't have as much authority as they are using against us today. How did it get like this? That's what we discuss here on the Focus Daily TV show. Focus Daily TV, excuse me. Hit that like button, subscribe, support the channel, #Focus Daily TV. Until next time,